For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry.
A criminal elite, composed of powerful bankers and owners of large corporations, govern the world from the shadows, and they are one step away from reaching their darkest dreams. One, create a world government dominated by an oligarchic elite. Two, establish a global electronic currency in order to divide the world into two kinds of people, masters and slaves. 3. Implant a chip in every person with its biometric information, personal details, and the electronic money that it possesses in order to obtain absolute control of population.
This is about successive approximation, incremental steps, and the habituation of society to eventually having a RFID, something placed in you.
After the RFID chip goes in the card and in your passport, it's going to go into your body. That's what they're going to try and do.
Eventually what's happening is that we are being led bit by bit to ultimately having within our bodies an RFID that will be implanted.
I wouldn't mind having something planted permanently in my arm that would identify me.
This is the mark of the beast.
People over this decades now in this country, there have been some who have wanted this national ID card, and they're looking for every opportunity to do it. And this is it. I mean, who knows what will come of it? My guess is they'll probably have a GPS in there so that they can measure everybody, every instant, no matter where they go. So to me, it violates the whole principles of privacy, the principles of the Constitution, the principles of the Republic, and to me is a gross distortion of what we should be doing. It's part of an authoritarian society, and dictatorships have this, but not a republic. We're
okay,
not
but tell me how
ID
it's
card.
invasive, because what Schumer and Graham are proposing, according to what I read, is your ID card would have either your fingerprint, your thumbprint on there, or it would have a reading of the veins in the back of your hand, and you'd have to be scanned by your prospective employer, and that way, if it came up that you weren't legal, they would catch you by the scan.
The state government is about to launch a new form of digital ID that means you'll never have to hand over your personal details to anyone again. It will all be stored in the Service New South Wales app on your phone, which will prove you are who you say you are.
Scanning his licence, passport and Medicare card, in less than 3 minutes, the minister proves he really is Victor Dominello.
This is unquestionably the Holy Grail.
This is your first look at the state's new digital ID.
This is a huge step forward in giving back people control over their data, control over their identity.
Personal credentials will be stored on your device. No IDs need to be handed over. And that means keeping your address and birth date to yourself. If you need to hire a car, rent a property, set up a bank account, check into a hotel, or prove you're over 18 to buy alcohol or attend an event.
All you need to do is tap your phone, and that will be a validation that you are real.
Australians from the kitchen table to the boardroom table would have an increased anxiety following the deluge of data breaches we saw late last year.
But this seeks to take away the risk because companies will never have a copy of your details in the first place.
But how can it trust you are who you say you are? Well, you'll need to take a selfie, which will be cross-checked against other forms of ID you've submitted, and when there's a match, you're good to go.
Digital ID is basically equals control for governments. It opens the door to social credit ratings, to digital currencies. It just means that everything in our life could suddenly be on our phone. Now, I'm on my phone too much anyway, but if that thing runs out of battery, suddenly I can't pay for things, or I can't get my medical records up if I need it.
And you know they're going to go to implanted RFID chips. I mean, you know that. I mean, it's coming. And you know what you will do? You'll do it. You'll just do it. And I know people who will run to be the first on their block with the implanted chip.